Hi, first grade. It's me, Miss Wilhelm. I know what you're thinking. Why are you sitting in the dark? But don't worry. I have a flashlight. Yep, that's right. I have light that helps me see in the dark. And to prove my point even further, and because I love light, I have a read aloud for you. So sit back, relax, make sure you have your listening ears on because I certainly do today. They're ready. And I'm going to read you a fabulous story where you're going to learn lots about light. Okay? Here we go. There we go. There's our book. It's called Light Helps Me See. And the description says, young readers will learn about how light works and where it comes from in this accessible photo-filled book. So you're going to see lots of pictures. And the author's name is Jennifer. And so right off the bat, when I'm looking, I see this picture, and I can see that we're going to be learning. So I'm thinking it's going to be filled with facts. So I'm guessing it's a non-fiction book. Say that with me. Non-fiction. Non-fiction means the book is full of true facts and information, and it's probably going to teach you something. So let's see what we can learn, shall we? Light helps me see. Why do we need light? And the first thing I want you to do, notice this picture, and notice this picture. How many dogs do you see? Now, how many dogs do you see? So before, it's very, very difficult to see any dogs. And here, you can see a lot more dogs. And that's because light makes it easier to see. Absolutely. It's much easier to see me now than it was before when I was sitting in the dark, even with a flashlight, because I'm in the light. It's hard to see clearly in the dark. Our eyes need light to see. What color is this glove? Wow, that's mighty hard to tell, isn't it? The glove is pink. And the only reason I can tell now is because there's what? Light. Our eyes need light to see colors. And this heading says light is all around. Light comes from many places, and this is important to know. The sun gives off light. So if you think about it, the sun is bright. When the sun is out and it's daytime, it's bright outside. But when the sun is gone and it's not there, it's dark out because it's nighttime. So the sun is what makes it bright enough outside for you to see. That's why it's harder to see at night. A light bulb gives off light. Well, we knew that, right? You turn on your lights, you turn off your lights. You know that it's easier to see in a room when the lights are on, right? Fire gives off light. So you could think about a candle like in this photo, or you could think of like a campfire, right? Different ideas. They're still both fire and they both give off light. Sunlight shines through the window. So light can pass through glass. And so we've kind of learned about that. But as you can see, the light is coming through the window and making the room nice and bright. So you could turn on the lights to make the room bright, or you can make sure that the shades are drawn and the light can come through the window, right? The curtains stop some of the light. So see these kind of curtains, you can kind of see through them. So they let in some light and they stop some light. Light and our eyes. Light bounces off things around us. Our eyes catch the bouncing light. The pupil lets the light into your eye. Pupils are black, so it's this black circle right here. The pupil gets small if the light is bright. So see how her pupils are kind of tiny here? In comparison, look at how large the black pupil or the circle is in this photograph, because the pupil gets bigger if the pupil gets big if the light is dim. Everybody makes mistakes. You just have to remember when you mess up like that, you just go back and reread the sentence, right? No big deal. Last page. We need light to see. And then you'll see a glossary, which if you know by now, in nonfiction books, you'll see a glossary to kind of help teach you some of the more challenging words. So for example, pupil is a word that a lot of you probably learned today, and it's the opening in the eye or opening in the center of the eye that lets in light. And then there's some more books about light and sound and senses. So that was our book for today. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about light, and maybe where we get it from. So if you think about it and you review back, light can come from a light bulb. It can come from fire. It can come from a flashlight. It can come from the sun. A lot of different places, right? All right, well, I hope you had fun reading with me today. It was so nice to read with you, and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye, first grade.